Hello everyone, this is Mia. Now, this question has been asked many times and I noticed it wasn't really answered much here, so I think it's about time I create a guide on getting as many credits as possible within a day. Now, just so you all know, I play the private server of closers, so things like VIP or VVIP are in this server, unlike the officials of NA. Now let's get on with the video. Just to get this first part out of the way is Tiama. Now, most people know that this is basically the best grinding spot for credits, simply because of the Malik boxes you can earn from multiple runs. Now, the issue is, you'll need VIP or VVIP to earn more than one per run. However, even if you don't have things like that on your character, you can still feel free to grind Tiama due to having many runs daily. Like 6 runs during the week, 7 during the weekend, 5 during the week if you don't have VIP or VVIP, 6 in the weekend if you don't have either as well. The thing is, you can also craft an item in the code fusion that gives an extra run, which is in this screenshot here. The thing about it is, you need to take as much advantage as possible when you have access to the dungeon. If you aren't strong enough, it's always best to get someone to help. If you can't do things like that, well, that leads to my next suggestion. Dream Theater Reverse. Now, this place is perfect for grinding credits. Why? Well, if you go to the machine on the left on the stage, the name of the machine is Solo Investigation Supporter. You can find dungeons like these given on this clip. BB sides and bosses. Now, you may be wondering, what does BB stand for? It stands for Beelzebub. Now, there's options to do it on the easiest or to most difficult. If you aren't strong enough, it's best to go on the easiest option. BB bosses is where you'll need an item at least at level 115 or above. Now, this is really important. Keep in mind that TCP doesn't really matter. The better the item level you have, the more buffs you'll get in the dungeon, which is of course beneficial to your character, and as well, it'll make you run dungeons a lot quicker. Purification, or also known as Purification Op Center. Now, here is really important in your grinding, because when you go to Purification and go to the portal, you'll notice a list of bosses shown on the screen. These bosses actually hand out one Malik box or something like Malik crystals, and that depends on your RNG. Now, like I said earlier, it's best to take advantage. If you earn credits and you know you earn Malik boxes or crystals or anything of that sort, do as much as you can. You'll always end up with a well-earned result. There's also dungeons here in Purification like Contamination Hell or Overflow. Certain dungeons are not open until a specific time. However, Contamination Hell is open every day and every hour, so it's always best to go there. Now, if you can't do it alone, create a network device and type in something like Contamination Hell 1 out of 4. You can do that as well with many other dungeons that you know you cannot run alone. Contribution. Now, this is something that most people run every day. Even you may be running it but not notice it at the time of doing so. This is actually where people would ask if you want to do dailies or have you done dailies. If you go to the bottom left, shown on this clip, you can click on this icon here and it'll pull up a list of dungeons that is ordered for that day. If you want to know which dungeons give contribution, go to one of the dungeons that is listed and you'll see a yellow icon on the dungeon's title. This yellow metal is basically telling you that this dungeon gives contribution points. Now, there's areas where you need to play Assault mode, which is the highest difficulty, in order to get the contribution there. Now, why contribution, you may ask? Well, click on the same icon on the bottom left, go to the Exchange Shop tab, and you'll notice a bunch of items that you can earn from this. There's items that is perfect for selling. Items that I mostly end up selling is something called Real Platinum Driver. Though if you need it, feel free to keep it for yourself. If you're wondering what this item is, feel free to look at the description related to the Platinum Driver. Platinum Drivers sell for 50 mil up to 80 mil depending on the seller or on the market. Now, for one of the most important factors is character alts. Now I'm sure if you're new to the game, you'll probably end up creating characters to find the best fit. The thing about closers is, quests are actually very beneficial when working on another character. Of course, XP, but when you actually do the quests, you'll end up getting useful materials, and of course there's quests that give Malik boxes. Now this is important. Having another character is very good for your overall grinding. When you grind more than one character, you'll earn much more in that day, which is obvious. The characters also even give out buffs throughout the account. There are different buffs depending on the character. Like for example, Olivia gives damage during a power state, Violet gives item drop chance, and so forth. You get the point. Anyway, this can benefit you on grinding, so it's always best to earn more in the end. Now this screenshot was taken on a website on the forums of Code Closers. This was not written by me, it was written by a player, but it's very important to look at it. As stated, if you're too weak at the moment, you can go to a place called Planar Gate. You can run dungeons there. They give many gold statues. You can do it up to 8 runs per day in Planar Gate dungeons. Now there's a specific dungeon that you need to know, which is very important, called Doppelgangers. This dungeon actually hands out different items depending on what day it is. Like for example, as shown on the screenshot, today it actually handed out fiber, which is good for upgrading costumes and so on. The thing is, there's days where it gives out Malik crystals, or sometimes it just gives gold statues or the gold crystals. Now keep in mind, you will need to know what the dungeon actually hands out to you if you look at the potential rewards section. Also, here's a very useful and beneficial dungeon. Crew Dungeon. Crew Dungeons is always guaranteed to hand out gold statues, even fiber. You can earn rewards if you participate in running the dungeon at least 2 to 3 times, sometimes 4 on the weekend, or more if you have benefits like VVIP or VIP. Not only is it beneficial for you, but it also is to the crew, also known as the guild. I hope this ended up helping you in the end. If you ever want any help in the game, my IGN is Miyatsu. As stated in my previous videos, I am more than happy to help. Just to remind you, if the dungeon is there and you have access to it, take advantage. The thing to take note of though, is even if you don't have the area unlocked, but at least meet the level requirement, as long as a party leader has the place unlocked, you can run the dungeon with them. Now I do plan on making many more videos like this. I will be doing less gameplay, but more related to helping you all out. If you aren't in a crew dungeon and you are interested in joining my crew, you can feel free to join us. The name is Sky and we are an English-based crew. So feel free to let me know in the comments or in-game if you're interested in joining. I will do my best to respond as quickly as possible. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any suggestions on what I should do next, feel free to let me know down below. If you have any more questions, I will be more than happy to answer your questions. Once again, thank you very much for the support and thank you for watching.